welcome to DreamLeague Season 7. I'm Shiva from Monster Energy's DreamHack Studios, joined by... Oh, what a great week it's been! Of course, it's me, Shiva, joined by the sexiest boy in all of Dota, OD Pixel. OD!
That's what you look like, Underhill.
That's right, Owen. And also, we have Slacks. Hello. I don't feel like doing this anymore. Scruff, get in here, buddy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dream League Season 7. My name is actually Sir Action Slacks, and guess what? Shiver is out sick today. What a nightmare for everybody at home. I will be your sexy female host then. Yeah. And trust me, she would love to be here. She tried her best, but she's so ill that she would allow me to cause complete mayhem and corruption here today. But anyway, this is what you got. This is what we can do. My name's Slacks. Over here we got OD Pixel, and we got a special guest today, Mr. Scriff. How's it going, buddy?
I'm good. Happy to be here. Taking Shiver's job.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Yeah, you're usually in the back, right?
Trying to. Yeah, I'm on an observer together with Wepas. Did the 3 TI finals so far.
Of course. This man has seen the second most games in Dota, right?
Yeah, Wepas do more games to me, I think, in total. I don't know about Pimp Muckle, actually.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Well, you've seen it all.
I've seen a lot of shit. Let's just say that.
And of course, we have our expert, local resident, Fogged. How's it going, buddy?
Local resident.
Local resident expert. Who's more of an expert here than you? Our special guest, which will not be named, because it's a secret still.
Well, thank you, Shiver.
You don't have to keep calling me Shiver. I think we're all done with that. But hello, Fogged.
Hello,
gentlemen. What a weekend it's been. Our first week has been done from Dream League so far.
Some good games.
Yeah.
Some pretty hype stuff. Some hype Rubik. Some nice 1-1s. You know.
It's only one.
Just the standard Dream League. You know. Scripted stuff.
Indeed. Any big stories from the week that we want to talk about? Maybe some Thunderbirds action?
Yeah, that was a pretty ridiculous series that we did get to see. You know, there was CCNC went pretty berserk, but overall they've been looking really good. IsGG is their name, right? So they've actually been winning majority of their series in America, and they actually took out Thunderbirds, which everyone thought would be a pretty clear-cut series. Yeah. So that was pretty interesting for an Epicenter qualifier thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. Ramifications of that? Do you think Thunderbirds are going to get that invite now?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, qualifiers are. It's just qualifiers.
Yeah.
So it's like
it was qualifiers for.
Okay. But still.
Direct invite, no.
Yeah, that definitely is hurting them. They definitely need to be stepping it up a lot.
Yep.
Damn. Speaking of teams that need to step it up a lot, got some bad news here today, ladies and germs. You guys like Alliance? Well, they're not here. They dropped out of Dream League, and they have been replaced by Elements Pro Gaming, which is a fantastic team on their own.
Yep.
And yeah, they have chosen to go to Star Ladder instead for a bid to win that tournament, which, you know, good luck.
They're versus some pretty damn good teams. They're going to have a pretty impossible time versus Newbie, IG, and the others, so it's going to be pretty difficult for Alliance. Liquid there as well.
Hell yeah. I love giving up free money so I could get last place in a tournament against better teams, so that's just me.
Yeah, they missed out what? They could get $1,000 a game, man.
Yeah, sure. $1,000 a game.
I'm pretty sure like you win a few games here, that's better than like placing wherever they place. I mean, I think you have to be in the top 4 to get money at Star Wars.
What if they win, though? If they win that?
If they win, then it's like, well.
Yeah.
But it's probably not going to happen.
Well, we'll see.
I don't want to flame, but it's probably not going to happen.
That's nice of you to not flame.
Yeah. Yeah, just being nice.
Yeah. They did look pretty good at the Kiev qualifiers, but you know, there's still a lot of work to gain until later. And also they didn't win the qualifiers, so that definitely is a big shot to the ego.
Yeah, they beat Secret in one game, I remember.
They did beat
Secret. They did with Spectre. So that kind of at the time, that made my respect for Alliance go up a lot. I was like, wow. Because at that time, that was kind of before other teams were starting to play Spectre again.
That was in the group stage of the qualifiers, right? And then in the playoffs, they played again, I believe.
Yeah, I think they probably
and
did.
then Secret 2-0 them.
Secret 2-0 them, but they did knock out Bears.
Right. That was like the upset of the most people's eyes. Yeah.
Still unacceptable to keep dropping out of Dream League.
Unacceptable. But what can you do? They are gone, but we do have Elements Pro Game, which is a pretty hype team so far. You guys know anything about that team? What you got? Fill me up with some knowledge.
I mean, I looked them up just before the show now. I recognize some of the players, but I don't remember much about them.
Well, I got you covered.
Yeah. Well, they've got some players that, I mean, they've been playing for a long time. Yeah. At least a few that stick out to me is Pingvicic. I think that's how you say his name, is LeBron, who plays their roaming support, and then Swift Ending is their carry. So these guys have been around for a long time. They played at Dota Pit.
Yeah, these names, people recognize the names. Yeah.
Do not forget Mitch. Mitch and Gog.
That's true. Mitch and I do remember them, but those are the three that stand out to me more.
Right. Gogi.
I don't know how to say it. It's like G0, G1, I think.
It is G0, G1. And I have to say, after looking at their profile pictures, he is the most handsome of them all. No offense.
Wait, is there actually a picture of... Oh, yeah.
On Wikipedia.
I like LeBron. I like LeBron. I mean, I've been a big fan of that guy.
He's a tough-looking dude.
Yeah, one of the lads is like super built, isn't it? Is that LeBron?
Yeah. I think so. It might be Mitch.
It might be Mitch. It might be Mitch.
I think Mitch is the big guy, isn't he?
I like Mitch as a name, just as like a player. Because it's just like, he's just going all in. Nothing special. I'm not like, my name is Reaper. Just goes in, hello, I'm Mitch. Like, that's...
At least they get a chance to play here, right? You know, they didn't before, so that's like the one okay that kind of happens from Alliance.
Thank you, Alliance.
Mitch is probably pretty happy about that. They can maybe take some games here, at least from what we've seen. Pretty much a lot of these teams can beat anybody, so they can actually make some money off of this tournament for sure.
Yep. And it's not too bad of a team. I mean, I do remind you that they got 3rd place at the Summit EU qualifier. That's pretty darn good. And they even went in a best of 5. They went all the way to Game 5 months ago against the winners of the Major OG. So,
Where's that?
Wait, excuse me?
OG had, what, 2, 3 stand-ins, I think, for that one, but...
Yeah.
They did!
Standing in.
Was it Yapsor?
Yapsor was standing in. I think Hani stood in for one game, or maybe Trixie it was. They did have a couple stand-ins for that one, but...
Okay, well, yeah. I mean,
they won the first 2 games.
It's still OG.
Yeah, they're still versus No-Tail. They're still versus one of the core players of them, so...
Yeah. Okay, no worries. But anyway, moving right along. All right, hey, do you guys like this show? Do you not like it? Well, let us know on social media, because you can ask us questions right now that we will read off at the end of the show or in the middle of the show. You can go ahead and check those out right here. Boop. And give us a hashtag at DreamHack. DreamLeague. And we'll read those questions. Question number 1 is, why am I the host? Already answered. But you can just keep spamming that all day. I'm sure you people will. I do not poison Sheever. I do not want this job. She's much better at it than I am. For God's sakes.
Don't tell yourself short.
I had to do research. I have to like lead conversations. Usually I just sit here and be an asshole, which you are doing quite well. Thank you. Yeah, you really went into that role pretty good.
Give me that.
No, these are, I need these. All right, anyway, so you might have missed out on all the fun things that happened, even though you were observing the games, right? Last week?
Let's go with that.
That's right. All right. Well, if you did miss out on those games from last week, how about we give you one of our wonderful recaps made by the fantastic Edgy in a humorous fashion. Take a look.
Too set up around it. They've got the Warlock Brock, they've got Clockwork set up in the area as well. I don't think that there's really any way for Vega to contest this. They can try, but it looks like it's going to be pretty tough to actually contest it.
He managed to pick up the Aegis Afterlife. Snatches the Aegis straight out of the claws of Na'Vi. Puppey should tick down into the Shadow, and indeed he will. G jumps forward. Kezu, look at the chase down. The Golem will be dropped. They're catching 3 on the back lines. Turns around with the Sonic Wave. Kezu pops the ult, but he didn't get the Spirit Cell, so immediately Vega Squadron take down the Supernova. Yapsa just Echo Slams a solo Golem. 4 are dead on Secret, and Mibwa's just going to get himself out of there. He can't do anything. He runs away, and this is... by level 6. He'll actually turn. He's going to kill the Disruptor. Yapso's going to get another kill out of this one. As he takes Disruptor down, he'll steal the Dragon Save. He can turn around and nuke him down. He throws it straight back, picks up another, drags G in towards the tower with the Fade Bolt, brings him. Yapso survives. Oh my god, Yapso. I think Puppy said game 1, he was like, mate, we're kicking you. That Earthshaker was absolute, and Yapso was like, please, just give me a chance. And this game, I see some of the best players I've seen from Yapso in quite a while.
Excellent job, as always, Edgy. Thank you. Those things always crack me up. Fog, was that your actual reaction to seeing those yappy plays?
No, that was the reaction to the end of the game, actually.
Okay, that was actually just reading the scoreboard.
That was reading Yapso's scoreboard. I was like, oh, you know, just, yeah, most damage done, most assists, involved in 90% of kills. All right, yeah, just can't make that up.
Damn, dude. Yeah, he really brought it. And good news today, we've got the secret doubleheader, baby. We got Na'Vi versus Secret game 1, and then Na'Vi Team Secret versus Elements Pro Gaming game 2. So we're bringing it in with style. I would say that Secret probably performed the best out of anybody so far. Do you guys agree?
Except for that, we'll just disregard the first game.
They did have that bad game with the Yapso Shaker. That was pretty bad.
They were testing the waters.
I guess it was the game where they had just a weird overall draft, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they were really trying stuff though. Like it really slowed because they were like, all right, Win Ranger first pick, and we're
oh yeah,
it was also they played Empire recently, right?
Yeah.
And the game 1, I believe it was a very weird draft, trying out stuff in that game as well. So it's like it feels like Team Secret hasn't found their groove completely, but when they turn it on, they're
still
I mean, it's what,
like mid-1 Japsor now as well, I guess.
It's like 6 days they've been together with Yapsor stuff, right? So it definitely takes a little bit of feeling, getting accustomed to each other. So.
Sure. But we should get a pretty good answer today. I mean, we're going to see them playing 4 games overall. I mean, that's a lot of time. Good enemies, too. Na'Vi has been doing pretty well as well. So, good stuff. Well, boys, any final words before I kick you off?
I'm going to go and say all in on Secret today. I'm going to say that they're taking all 4 games, 2-0, 2-0. Even though we've had all 1-1s at DreamLeague, I'm giving them the confidence right now. Let's go Secret.
You might not know this, but we have the almost Oracle with 1 false promise. But who could predict the Yapsor?
I think, today, what we're going to have?
What do we got, buddy?
Come on.
I really feel it's...
Come on, man.
Come on, man. We're all looking at you.
To the dark
Secret
side.
Na'Vi first. Na'Vi, Darkseer, Slardo. If they do that, is that going to beat what Secret are doing at the moment? I think definitely at least 1 game. Secret did look super hot when Yapso at the Rubik, but that's probably going to be banned. No, it probably won't be banned. I don't know. Na'Vi... I'm going to say 2-0 Na'Vi.
Wow.
And 2-0 Secret.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, damn.
All right.
I think Na'Vi looked really hot when they pulled it off. As long as they get General on the Darkseer, then they can win.
Okay.
And they may be able to do that twice in a row.
All right. The Oracle's spoken. Sheever never asked me for my opinion. I'm going to ask you.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. What do you think's going to win before these guys leave?
The first one is either 1-1 or 2-0 Secret, I think. I think Na'Vi's been showing progress and are good, but unless Secret kind of are overconfident in the drafting phase, I think Secret should win 2-0. And then second game, Elements, 2-0 Secret. It's the safe bet, so I'll go with that.
Well, safe bets.
Safe, man.
Yeah. Come
safe
on, man.
Here.
Come on. All right, anyway. I've had enough of you two. Get over to your poor, sad casting desk. Get away from me, because we've got a special guest. Last week, it was Jack. And this week, let's see who we got. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jack.
It's Tilted Jack. It's not the same.
Tilted Jack. Right. This is Dark Jack. He's the Sith Jack.
So what happened?
Just been struggling in some EU pubs, but it's interesting. I've gotten a chance to play a lot of pubs in all different regions, and I start like a sociological study of Dota in different areas. If that need for that ever comes up, I'm ready. I've been everywhere except SEA. So.
Oh, there you go. Any ratings so far? How does the EU compare to China? Compare to NA?
Dropping all right. Well, this is a whole grand theory about this. We need more time to probably go into this, but every region feels very different. In China, everyone is super tryhard. The games are very organized for the most part. People will pick meta picks, and you have a ton of random draft. I would estimate about 75% of games are random draft. So there's a small pool, but people will pick super tryhard heroes and counter pick. In Europe and in NA, it's a little bit of, it feels like Russian roulette sometimes. Some games you just have a lot of weird stuff going on. People, usually it's hard for them to communicate, and it's bizarre. But then you have to find very unique ways to win games, and I enjoy that. And I think that has an impact on the scenes when you go higher up as well. Like, I feel like, EU and NA excel at certain playstyles of Dota. Maybe China's good at other things. So that's been interesting.
I love my NA Dota, I have to say. Having my experiences with EU Dota, I have to say, I thought NA tilted a lot. Sorry, but I think EU tilts more. I've seen some tilt coming out of nowhere. Just nothing.
Dude,
you're the local expert.
Here.
The flame is good, but it's like, it's hurtful flame.
Yeah.
It's NA,
They go after your feelings.
Right. NA is like generalized flame. You guys like go into profile history. Like, yeah, that clock game 4 years ago.
Dota buff you.
That's a part of it,
fuck was this shit?
But I can't read the Cyrillic alphabet, so I can't read a lot of the flame, But in English or in NA, rather, you can. They learn. You go across cultures and start taking other people's flame. So it's a little bit harder without the same alphabet, I guess.
Yep.
Indeed, indeed.
That's true.
Jack, I know that you're our new guest for this week, but last week Jack saw a lot of good games. Would you like to see the top 4 plays from last week, Jack?
Absolutely, especially Yapzor.
All right. Well, yeah, you are into it. All right, boys. Well, here we go. Top 4 plays from last week. Take it away, boys in production.
For Empire to make that jump that they need. Miposhka will waltz up. Hookshot straight into the face to disrupt, but the Static Storm comes out. Ember remnants into the storm. They'll get the relocate out just in time to keep him alive. Na'Vi not losing anyone as of yet. Dendy will be rooted up. Sorry, General's the one to take down. Dendy zips back out just in time. The Black Hole attempted from Ghostic, but again, the plays here from the IO keeping the team alive. Seneko. Yapzor dragged back here, does get the blink off just in time. Can he play his way out of this? He's got the Blade Fury. He should be fine. The bash. Is it going to be enough? Turns around, telekinesis onto the 3-man stunner with the stolen charge. Yapzor's out of there. And now, this is set up.
They're re-engaging.
Yeah, mid one just jumps straight in on the back lines. MP's coming around with the rotation. The Static Storm is there, though, to trap mid one for this play. Yapzor comes in. So now we're seeing Secret chasing. Oh, the stolen vacuum there from Yapzor, grabbing 3. Force a lower dancing afterlife back. Charges there onto Puppey with the ult, bring them down low. But the Fable, the telekinesis from Yap, holding the Spirit Breaker back. Puppey survives, and they'll just turn and beat into the Spirit Breaker. But again, just these sweet little plays, keeping his team alive and allowing them to turn around each and every time.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like this game the Clockwork support is working out like the Spirit Breaker did. He's trying to do the same kind of thing, but he's not. He's just kind of dying. Ghostic now, getting a Black Hole on 3. They do relocate into it, but...
Oh, he's actually going to kill the IO by the looks of it.
Oh, he gets... IO General looking low too. Dendy too.
Well, all right. I mean, I was looking at that Black Hole going like, all right, well, where's the follow-up? But it looks like with the Midnight Pulse and the Eidolon's out, it was enough. I did not expect that.
Look at General just playing with Miposhka with the Treants, and now Dendy comes back top.
Oh, Ghosty, he's gonna survive! Oh, I can't believe it. He just walked himself away from a slug. Oh my what God. The hell is that?
If light cannot escape me, what hope have you? Go green! The calm before the storm.
If they can find an opening, Afterlife will be surrounded. They'll get the bash into the stun. Kezu with the lockdown and Yapzor again coming through. He's found 2. Oh, man. Secret. They're going to move forward for another if they can. Silent will glimpse back the tree, and there's going to be a reaction from Shoma. Looking for Puppey. Puppey, can he get his way out of this? Yap. Not quite level 6. He'll actually turn. He's going to kill the Disruptor. Yapzor's going to get another kill out of this one. As he takes Disruptor down, he'll steal the Dragon Slave. He can turn around and nuke him down.
He's got a lift
he throws it straight back. Picks up another. Drags G in towards the town with the Fade Bolt. Brings him. Yapzor survives. Oh, my God. Yapzor.
hype stuff coming out from that recap. Boys, that was awesome, right?
Yappy
Favorite
Hot
parts?
4?
Yeah, Yappy Hot 4.
That was great. Can we nitpick that Yapzor play? If he lifted Lina backwards, he wouldn't have had to waste the smoke. Actually, no, the smoke he wasted anyway because he would have survived.
How you gonna nitpick Yapzor's game, dude?
I mean, it was the thought that counts,
Just
right?
for kicks, just for kicks. Yeah, I mean, just a great game from Yapzor.
Like that
People always
awareness.
talk about, you know, you see these Rubik performances, people back in the day, like FY God or whoever else, that has to go up with them as far as Rubik basically showing up a team.
For sure.
himself.
Yeah. That moment transitioning from support to carry to God. Ah, I dream of it, but I'm way too bad at this game to ever have that happen to me. So, gentlemen, are you ready for this week? Do you think we're going to have just as much highlights coming out from this week, especially today?
I mean, today it's 4 games, Yappy, right?
4 games of Yappy? There's other people on Team Secret.
No.
What
It's all
about
Yappy.
Kezu?
Yeah,
I love me some Kezu.
Yeah, Kazu, Enigma. Maybe we'll see again.
Yeah?
Mid
I
1,
think-
Ember is always good.
I think what's interesting, so every big tournament usually has its own meta. What's interesting is in between these other maybe smaller tournaments, you want to see teams either experiment or find something that they can save for the big ones. And for something like DreamLeague, I think I'm starting to see a lot of heroes like Terrorblade, for instance, start to emerge. This is across different scenes too. Like this hero is either picked or banned often very early now. I think some teams are taking him, you know, in the first phase basically straight up as soon as he's there. I believe Vega was doing that with Aloha Dance for a while. So. It'll be interesting to see if that also appears in these drafts.
Sure.
Yeah, I even checked I think Team Secret, they've in this patch, I think they have 6 Terrorblade games where they got to play and they won all of them. 100% win rate.
Right, it's either been banned against them or I think they picked it in the game 3 of the Epicenter qualifier as well. So it's been a pretty strong hero for a bit.
For sure.
Well, we've been talking a lot about Team Secret, but we have other teams that are playing today as well. In fact, we have a lot of teams in Dream League, so why don't we go ahead and check out our standings here. As you can see, Vega Squadron is in the top with 3 wins, 3 losses, and 6 games played, but that's just because they have the most games played. Today, Secret plays 4 games. If they win every single one, they will be on the top of the pile. Chances pretty good at that, I think we covered. It could happen against Na'Vi. Thoughts on Na'Vi, Jack?
I mean, we've seen Na'Vi put together some fairly solid performances. They have a mixture of drafts. They have one that's very mobile, that favors mobility, and I think they played that just now in their qualifier as well. And it didn't work out so well the first game, and then they switched up a little bit, and there's some counter-picking later on in that series. But Na'Vi, I feel like, with PyCat, I feel like they've drafted pretty well, but sometimes the execution on some of their lineups has been a bit difficult.
They like the CIS Gambit, right? The Slaughter Darkest.
CIS Gambit.
It's a thing, okay?
Okay.
It's a thing.
In case you people don't know about that, by the way, it is the Darkseer Slardar combo. I'm not sure why it's a Gambit. A Gambit, it usually has the chance to... All right.
Don't apply
We're not
logic
gonna...
to this.
Okay, please.
Yeah,
The CIS Gambit,
Yeah,
as you were.
so what I noticed seeing now is like they like that Darkseer Slardar. And I think it was Wepas told me like backstage, and I quite agree with him, is that PyCat drafts what he thinks his team and players are good at more than like meta picks. So it's like he drafts for his team more than for the meta.
That's the way it should be.
I kind of agree with that as well.
Right, the mobility draft is
Yeah.
a big example of that, right? Like, it's like a lot of vision, a lot of mobility, a lot of trying to go around and gank. And actually, I think the one time that they really struggled with that draft was against Terrorblade, that was able to punish it. So, but that's like kind of like a theme draft where everybody's on the same page, and when it looks good, it looks great.
All right. Well, it looks like we're pretty conflicted on what's going to happen today with the teams, but why don't you guys give us some help? We do have a MVP vote in the chat. You can vote for who do you think is going to be the best player, as well as which team is going to win. All you have to do is put in a hashtag and the person's name. Gentlemen, we have a lot of people here to look at here. Team Secret actually does not have Mitch. I wish they did. That is a wrong team there, but hey.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's EPG, right?
That is EPG. But don't worry about it. Not a big deal. We all know who's on Secret. So, gentlemen, MVPs from Na'Vi, who are you thinking? Don't just give me the top names that you've heard so many times. What's your favorite MVPs on those teams?
I mean, personally for Na'Vi, I think Soneko is the guy to look out for, especially if he gets like an IO, like we saw in the recap. Winter Wyvern, he's famous for. PyCat might go off as well if he gets like a high mobility hero, like a Slark or something. And Dandy, I don't know,
Yeah, and for
Dandy can do whatever.
For Secret, I mean,
Dandy, yes.
We talked a lot about Yapzor's performances, but all eyes are often on mid one. I think the team puts a lot of stock in him. They protect him and expect him to deal out. Almost a little bit like how Newbie was using SECC maybe a few months ago. Like he's super aggressive and he usually ends fights, if not starts them. Although mid one kind of assumes both roles very often as well. So I'd say mid one is most likely to just take over a game for the most part.
I agree.
Everyone forgets about Kezu. Kezu.
Kezu is like the stable offlaner, you know? It's like I don't think he's that flashy when he plays, but he's stable.
We had a name for him last season. We called him Flapjack. Because sometimes, you know, he'd be like super stable, and then other times he'd be hot. That little hot cake would turn over. And this was before he abandoned Cinderin and joined.
Right.
Yeah, that was not why we called him Flapjack. All right, it was before that era.
I thought you meant like flip flop.
No. No memes here. This is I'm a serious host, damn it. We don't do any memes here. Anyway, so Series 1 is looking pretty hype, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
All right. Well, maybe we should check in with some boys over here and give you a little reminder of the wonderful things that we do here at DreamLeague. Gentlemen, would you like to introduce the War Room for me? Let's say hello to the boys over there. We're not ready for that. See, that's why I'm not the host. This is why you put me in here. They're not ready for the War Room yet, but they're over there. They're waiting, gentlemen.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway.
No one can be ready for the gloriousness of Fog to know what he picks.
Well, of course. They have to take their time. They're getting their characters together.
I guess we can continue talking a little bit about like this.
Who wants to
match
do
and
that?
the draft.
Talking about the games. Oh God.
Okay, I'm
boring.
No, I was gonna say like MP for Secret as well.
Yeah.
He's also like the guy that kind of gets overshadowed by mid one.
Sure.
But I think he usually plays pretty well. I like when Secret drafts Lycan and he uses the Wolf extremely well as well, scouting and everything. And I hope, especially in today's games, we get to see at least one Lycan from him.
A Lycan?
Yeah, a Lycan. I think Lycan's really good.
They've been using that quite a bit. They've been using Phantom Lancer as well. He's usually tasked with like the kind of fighting carry role. It really does remind me a little bit of Newbie. We had U9 on more fighting carry. At least a few months ago, that's what they played like. And yeah, that's kind of his. He has like kind of a thankless carry job, and not the flashiest. Maybe won't be getting all the resources in farm, but you know, a little bit maybe like Kezu in the offlane, like you were saying as well.
PL, dude.
Yeah,
are you really trying to sell me a PL right now?
PL.
I mean, I think it was in the Kiev qualifier. They ran it quite a bit, and they won it, right? But I'm personally not 100% sold on it.
I'm not a believer in the PL.
I think it's like a niche counter pick more than anything.
Yeah, it's been picked recently too. I mean, you know, against a hero like Ursa, something like that, it works. Also, I think some teams have experimented using it against even a Terrorblade. You have all the illusions. If you get that Aghanims and Diffusal up, ends up being a lot of PLs. Which one do I summon or which one's real? But the hero does have issues. It feels like he needs a lot of items to be effective, like offensive and defensive items. He needs to be able to survive and get out of fights. He needs to do damage, and then if there's a hero that he can't really man-fight up against, and he's not attacking and creating illusions. So it's kind of what the Aghs is designed to solve, but it feels like by the time you get to the 5th or 6th slot, the Aghs just doesn't hold up anymore. So a difficult hero to play now, like, even, or as a counter pick, as you mentioned, against mids, like Invoker and stuff.
They used it against Queen of Pain, I believe, as well.
Right.
Was it mid one that
Mid
played it, or
as the mid
right,
matchup,
right.
Am I out of my mind? That sounds horrible. Queen of Pain has like the best wave clear in the world.
It's because the double walk against the
That was the Wind
dagger.
Ranger Juggernaut games.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out that great in the end, but during laning phase, it looked all right for a while at least.
Okay, I get you there. And the problem with getting that Scepter last is that you gotta rush it first. Brown Boot Scepter PL. Look it up, kids. That is the play, for sure. Don't you give me that script face, all right?
Don't hate on PL. He's more useful than Techies right now.
Yeah, I had to give up on my boy. I played with Fogged, and I triggered him 3 games in a row, and he's just like, don't play Techies anymore, and I've given up.
I heard stories.
They've ruined him. It's been good. Battle Cup was
I heard
lost.
more than stories. I was there. I was sitting right next to him.
Oh, God.
All right, you people need to hear about this situation with Jack. All right, let me bring you into the dark, seedy underworld of DreamLeague here. Okay, we got a fancy apartment for this boy at the Globen, the nicest apartment that we can find here in Sweden. And instead, this man chooses to sleep on a cot in Fogg's room, curled up at a tiny table, playing Dota just because the connection is better. He's been sleeping there all week. Jack, I walked in that room and it was like walking into a Dota cave of sadness.
There's some inaccuracies with the situation you're describing, but the main crux of what you're saying is correct.
Are there, Jack?
the fogged man cave is open for business. There, like I said,
And the MMR sweatshop, if you will.
Yes. The apartment now smells like tilt and depravity.
It is depraved.
There's been a lot of Dota going on in there. So.
You know when you guys walk into a place and you're like, this place is haunted. Somebody died here. That's what I felt walking into that apartment, seeing you two men. Fogg's shirt was off for some reason. I was like, MMR came here to die. And that's what happened.
What did you go there for?
Yeah, I went there to get him to the bus.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it was the first shed of sunlight that had opened into that place in 3 days.
Well, the cleaning guy came in and he said, he took a look around and he saw, you know, all the burgers and stuff like that. And he's like, you guys don't really cook here, do you?
Burgers, beer, and depravity.
Everybody was having a good time except my MMR.
Well, there you go. See? I mean, but that's what makes us Dota players, right?
Yeah. Wait, important question, real quick. Sorry to interrupt.
Please.
Did you win your double down?
No.
Oh, God.
But there will be another double down soon, so I will get to experience the pain of that all over again. It'll be a lot of fun.
Wonderful.
Have you guys used your double downs yet?
I did. Did you?
No, I ain't that kind of guy.
Wait, what?
I don't double down on anything in life.
I doubled down on my first game I played. And I won.
Really? And you won?
Easy.
A success story.
Yeah.
This is what people that like win the lottery say, you know? They're like, oh,
Double
if
down.
I did it, anyone can do it. Double down in all
It's
your
like a
games.
commercial. Like, zoom in on me, and then... Come on.
We can do it right
Correct.
now. Give this man a zoom.
There you go. Camera.
All right. Sell it out.
Double down.
I'm so... That was wonderful. Truly
man, if
perfect.
that looked as great as I wish I knew what that felt like, man. That's great. So jealous right now.
Anyway, anything else happen? We are waiting for the draft here. As
You
the
guys
teams
bailed
are...
on Guardian of the Galaxy. That's
I did bail on Guardians of the Galaxy. All
Fog
right.
came.
Fog did come, and I bailed because, you know, I don't want to get emotional on you, but I promised my lovely soon-to-be wife at home that I wouldn't miss that movie without her. And usually I do bail on her.
Your excuse.
Yeah, I watched all of Game of Thrones without telling her, and we both said that we wouldn't watch, but we have this thing where, like, we promised not to do that, and then we both watch it, and then we watch it at home together and act surprised. Because, you know, that's just a good thing to do. No one's going to not watch Game of Thrones, for God's sakes. But no, I'm saving it. I'm saving it.
What's your excuse, Jack? Why did you bail?
Oh, I think we know.
MMR?
I don't. You just need to step into the apartment for you to know the answer to that one.
All right. Well,
Not excuse.
No excuse. And thankfully, we do have picks to save us from learning about Jack's depraved weekend alone in his boxers. Here we go to the war room, gentlemen. They're ready